Now, this is something that this is a question I've kind of been pondering on for a little while, but I think it's about time that I asked my viewers this, and this is going to be it's a hybrid between a discussion and this is going to be explaining why I say my answer, but the question that I would like to ask to my viewers and just people in general, would you guys say that I'm picky when it comes to like the shows that I watch, or like the movies I watch, or the games I play, or like the music I listen to, or whatever? Because if you asked me that question, hey Malachi, would you say you're picky? I don't want to think that I am, but at the same time, I think I'm pretty selective with the stuff that I choose to watch, or what music I listen to, or whatever. And like, here's the thing. I try to be open-minded, and I'd say I'm at least somewhat open-minded to checking out new stuff. Whether it be, like, maybe a new cartoon that's came out on the horizons, or maybe if someone recommended me some live-action shows, there are some that I'm interested in, and even anime, I've been trying to get more into that, even though I think I'm doing a decent job at checking out more animes and stuff, but there are certain things, like just not only in the cartoon world but in other areas, that I kind of just refuse to do. And one of the things, now this is something I just made a whole separate video topic on, but you notice how like I collect like zero fucking DVDs or just media in general of like a lot of adult animation nowadays, like adult cartoons and stuff like that. Well, it's not because, oh, I'm a man child and I refuse to watch anything past my childhood. Like, that's not the thing, that's not the reason at all. The reason why I'm not very interested, or kind of just refuse to check out modern adult animation shows or modern adult cartoons, is a lot of them are just insanely formulaic, and a lot of them are just like the same shit. Like, they don't really care to write any stories that we'd actually give that you could actually give a shit about. They just try to be as vulgar as possible, just shove adult jokes down your fucking throats, and it's not even funny. Like, they don't even try with their fucking jokes anymore. Now, it's kind of funny that in like I've made videos on this before too, but it's kind of funny that there are people that say that made fun of others for liking kids shows, or quote unquote kids shows, and say that they're trying to be too kiddie, but where's the fucking, why aren't they saying that to like these adult shows that just try to that have like serve like no other purpose than to just shove in a bunch of crude jokes? Like, that is the main reason why, as far as adult cartoons or adult shows go, I only watch South Park and am trying to get more into anime. It's because, like, here, I'll talk about anime for a minute here. Now, what I said about adult cartoons, like adult Western animation, I don't really think that same thing applies to anime, because a lot of like newer animes, well, mainly just anime in general, that are geared more towards adults, they don't seem to have that same type of mindset that adult Western animation creators and writers do. Like, they're like, people behind anime actually give a shit about making entertaining stories and actually having depth in their shows. And hell, there are even some jokes in these shows that I actually find funny, or at least you can tell that their heart is into it. Like, the reason why I don't watch modern adult Western cartoons, it's not because, again, I'm just only focused on getting stuff from my childhood, because that's not the case. I guess I'm just really biased against modern Western animation when it comes to adult cartoons. Now, not everyone, because there are definitely good adult cartoons in the modern era, or just in general, but I don't know. It's just, I don't really like this stuff. And I also refuse to check out, like, really, really back, I guess you'd say, preschool shows. You know, it's kind of like an interesting spectrum. I'm not interested in freaking adult modern animation, and I'm not interested in just preschool shows, because, again, I feel like they both fall way too far into the other sides of the spectrum, I guess you'd say, because preschool shows, my main issue with those are just that I feel like a lot of preschool shows just focus way too much on, well, pandering to, like, little kids, and they don't, it's not shows like freaking Sesame Street or Arthur, for example, where they don't treat their audience like they're fucking the dumbest people imaginable. They actually treat their audience like they're intelligent. But shit like Barney, Caillou, Teletubbies, there's a lot more I could add there. But again, like that's my main, that's my a similar issue that I have with modern adult Western animation. Like, they focus way too much on just cramming as many adult jokes as possible, and just trying to pander to more mature audiences, while preschool shows do the opposite. But yeah, like, when it comes to my taste in cartoons or like shows in general, I try to look for a medium between the two, where, and like, that's why I like a lot of shows from Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, and I guess you'd say Disney to an extent. Yeah, they have a lot of shows that do have kids in mind, but they don't use the target demographic as a crutch when it comes to how they make their shows. Because again, there are a lot of these shows that I feel like even if I wasn't a kid, I feel like I would still enjoy them because they actually give a shit about not only making sure that kids could also enjoy it, but adults as well. And yeah, that's all I really have to say for this video. I've kind of rambled on long enough, but I just really do not like the modern landscape of adult cartoons, and again, I do feel like I am picky, definitely, in this regard. Now, I know it's mostly been about TV shows and not actually games or movies and music and stuff, but I just did say that stuff could be up to the people in my audience to answer to, but yeah, I think I've said enough in this video, so see you guys in the next one.